Our material for today is plant reproduction. It's time to do question number 1. Drag the line on the picture and the correct caption. You have 2 minutes to do. It's time to discuss the answer. Pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from the anther of one flower to the stigma of the same or another flower. When the pollen is transferred from the anther of a flower to the stigma in the same flower, it is called a self-pollination. So picture 1 with D. In the pollination picture number 2, the pollen is transferred from the anthers of one flower to the stigma of another flower from other different plant type. So picture number 2 with A. In the picture number 3, the pollen grains from one flower fall to other stigma in the different flower from same types of plant. It is called cross-pollination. So picture number 3 with B. On picture number 4, pollen grain fall into stigma in other flower but in one plant. So the answer is C. It's time to do number 2. Draw the line on the picture and the correct caption. It's time to discuss the answer. Number 1 is banana plant. It reproduces by shoot. Number 2 is moss. It reproduces by spore. Number 3 is curcuma plant. It reproduces by rhizome. Number 4 is grass. It reproduces by stolon. Number 5 is potato. It reproduces by stem tuber. Number 6 is onion. It reproduces by layer tuber. And the last is cassava. It reproduces by root tuber. Next question is question number 3. Compare fertilization and pollination. It's time to discuss the answers. Both of them happens in the flowering plants. But the difference is pollination happens before fertilization. It is the deposition of pollen grains on the stigma of a flower, and it is an external mechanism. How about fertilization? Fertilization happens after pollination. It is the fusion of male and female gamete, and it is the internal mechanism. It's time to do number 4. Read the question carefully. It's time to discuss the answers. The similarity, both of them happens in the plant. The differences, if vegetative, involve only one parent. Without fertilization process, the offspring grow from certain part of plant. The offspring features identical with parent. On generative, involve 2 parents. With fertilization process, the offspring comes from fusion 2 parent, and the offspring features from mixed 2 parent.